Bill Harris in Hollywood, I have news for you. A brand new humor magazine for America? Well, not till end of summer. What we have here is a paper parody as I introduce you to the Irrational Inquirer, a truly funny takeoff on the newspaper that takes off after everyone. On the cover, stars from Drew Barrymore to Lynn Redgrave to Howard Hesseman exposed in a tongue-in-cheek story about Hollywood's pajama parties where nothing happens. Inside, you'll read about a family of elephant men living at taxpayers' expense, or learn that stretch pants and donuts prevent cancer, or see ads for such great products as Farmer Tubby Crisco's Miracle Weight Gain Method. On sale at newsstands for $2, The Irrational Inquirer is the brainchild of former National Lampoon editor Tony Hendra and former Rolling Stone editor Larry DeRocher. With 1,600,000 copies on the street, their next project, they tell me, is a national monthly humor magazine. We'll look for that sometime soon. Humor? Well, it's an unhappy fact of life that 750 newspapers and millions of fans lost Gary Trudeau's Doonesbury last month. The Pulitzer Prize-winning cartoonist called a 12 to 20-month vacation to let his characters grow, and to work on a Doonesbury musical and a screenplay, reportedly on the new right for Robert Redford. But Owl Books and Holt Rinehart will help fill the void. They've just printed this excerpt from the Daily Strip titled, "Unfortunately, She Was Also Wired for Sound." It comes complete with the whole gang and much of the political and social insight. And don't worry about Trudeau's being out of work. Remember, his wife Jane Pauley still has her job at the Today Show. And not one, but two new books on Frank Sinatra. Old Blue Eyes from Holt Rinehart is a collaborative effort between Norm Goldstein and the Associated Press. Lots of stories. Given up for dead at birth, Frank's grandmother did it her way. She held him under the cold water faucet, and it worked. The young crooner is on the right here after he won the Major Bowes Amateur Hour on radio. But I thought the better book is this one from Delilah, Sinatra the Entertainer, by Arnold Shaw, with Ted Allen as photographic consultant. Much more text and much more fact, written with affection, but with both sides of some stories, and some great shots, then and now. Forget Dustin Hoffman's Tootsie. Look who was doing drag for a guest shot back in 1949. Quite a book on quite a man. There's more to come in his life, but this is part of the Sinatra story so far. And finally, a reference work for the complete film buff, the updated 5th edition of the Academy Awards, A Pictorial History, from Crown Publishers and author Paul Michael. The complete history of Oscar through 1982, but the bonus is that it goes way beyond just listing the winners one after the other. It's pictures from the films themselves. When Bette Davis wins Best Actress for Dangerous in 1935, there she is in a scene from the film. When Blythe Spirit wins Best Special Effects in 1946, there's the photograph with Margaret Rutherford and Rex Harrison. When Best Black and White Cinematography for 1951 goes to A Place in the Sun, there are Montgomery Clift and Elizabeth Taylor in character. Invaluable to me and great fun for you. It's the Academy Awards from Crown, a winner in itself. For now, I'm Bill Harris from right here where it all happens, in Hollywood. We'll talk again.
Georges Chauvinet has everything a man could desire. A lovely wife, a beautiful mistress, and a loyal friend. Everything is perfect until George's wife inadvertently invites his mistress to spend the weekend.
It is such a pleasure.
But George has a plan.
You want to stay here, don't you?
Oh, yes, please.
And you, Babette, for some reason or other, insist you can't go back to Bayeux.
It's impossible.
All right, Leonard, you can stay here.
Oh, good.
But on one condition.
Yes?
For a few hours, you're going to be Monsieur Latou.
The women have their own ideas.
I'll do a bit of flirting with your husband, and you'll do the same with mine.
The fun begins when Broadway on Showtime presents one of the most hysterical romantic comedies to come to television.
You have the nerve to tell me you're the lover of my wife or my future mistress?
Susan George, Robert Klein, and Pia Zadora star in Pajama Tops. Timeless late-night entertainment from the past, present, and future. It's Showtime After Hours. Once there was a young prince with one thing on his mind, but she's a reluctant conquest. Catch the rollicking adventures of the wily Mistress Pamela. Supply and demand. Get the let out and catch the wacky comedy Gas. It's a futuristic, fun look at the next source of energy, the sex machine. Mistress Pamela, Gas, the sex machine, and more. After Hours.